What is up, everybody? Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. I'm so glad to be with you guys today, to be streaming today. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. I didn't actually double check some things I should have double checked. So let me know if things are going okay. Hopefully, there's not too much of a lag. I just kind of come to the just the acceptance that this computer that I'm streaming on this side where I do my live draw streams from is a little old and it's in need of some updating. So maybe sometime down the road, but until that point, it might be a little bit of lag, a little bit of hitchiness in the stream, but hopefully not too distracting that you can't see what's going on. But I'm so glad and so happy to be streaming today. My name is Rocky Ballesteros. Welcome to Master Study of Charles VESS Web of Spider-Man cover issue number 1. Woohoo! We are on the home stretch here for this guy, and it's been quite a journey to get here. As many of you guys already know, I know my friend Mark's Music Obsession, who was first in chat today. He knows what the story is behind this, but just for those of you who are new to this stream, to this channel, what I do with my master studies is I'll take an image from a comic book page or a comic book master that I really admire, and I'll try and reproduce that from blank page through pencils through final inks, and then at the end of the day have an actual image there. You can see some of those master studies up there behind me on the wall. Those are some that I've done. I've done 8 so far. Mike Zeck, Michael Golden. I need to come up with like a catchy song or something. Like McDonald's, 2 all-beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese. Something like that. But Mike Zeck, Michael Golden, Mobius, Will Eisner, Frank Miller, John Byrne, Jim Steranko. I always get stuck on the last one. It's not up there. Wait, there's one more. Number 8. What am I forgetting, guys? Oh my gosh. Now this is going to bug me. Hold on. Let me look at my portfolio. Did I say Will Eisner? Yes, I did. Mobius, Steranko. Did I say them all? Steranko. Yeah, Miller. Maybe I already said them all. I guess. Oh! Ding, ding, ding. Barry Windsor Smith. I didn't even look. The cover's right there. The inked version's right there. Barry Windsor Smith cover for Weapon X. So those are the 8 I've done so far. And then number 9 right now is this Charles Vest cover. So this has been really exciting. It's just a chance for me to hone my craft, to just learn from doing studies of master comic book artists that have gone before and that have made their mark in the comic book industry, just to learn about their techniques and trying to figure out themselves. I always like to dissect how they make certain marks or why they picked a certain composition or what they're doing with panel layouts and such. So it's been one of the most fun things that I've done on this YouTube channel because as an artist, I just love it. And then at the end of the day, you get a cool original piece of art, even though it is a study of somebody else's art, but you get an original piece of art there. And that's great. I'm a huge fan of comic book art and just the art of making comic books. And as you get to know me even more, I'm just a even bigger fan of not just comic books, but the traditional process of doing it. So this has been awesome. And, one day I'll get to the point where I'm actually producing my own comic book, and this is all feeding into it, just giving me tools to learn and grow as an artist myself, as a comic book artist myself. So that's what this is all about. Just to get all the logistics out of the way, you can subscribe to my channel. So hit that like, subscribe. I would love to have you be part of this community. It's been so fun to build a YouTube community, not just about talking about comics, but actually making comics and doing the art for that. So it's been wonderful, and I've met some amazing people. Just last week, somebody who showed up in my chat a new person that showed up in my chat. His name was Erwin. Came in, and then I forgot what I was doing. I was working in the middle of the night, and I saw, oh, he's got his own YouTube channel, and he went live, and I got to be in his chat, and he was doing comic book art and inking, and he's a great artist. I recommend you guys go check out Erwin Papa. P-A-P-A is his last name, but he's a comic book artist in Southern California, and independent comic book artist, but he's great, and it was just really fun to see him. He was inking a page of a book that he was working on, so I wouldn't have normally gotten to meet him outside of what YouTube does. So it's really amazing to have this community. I would love for you to be a part of it. You can subscribe right now. I also do have a Discord channel, and I pinned that link in the top of the chat. Please come and be part of that. And that's growing, and that has been fun too, because that's just kind of continuing the conversation, not just about comics, but just other stuff that interests us. It is focused on comics, this Discord channel, but we talk about all sorts of stuff. The latest conversation, one of our friends, Jeffrey Beats, who has come in this chat and appeared in this chat before, he's from Australia, and he was posting up pictures of life in Australia in the particular county or city that he lives in called Mianjin, which is near Brisbane. So it was just cool to see pictures of that and just talk about that. Mark's Music Obsession, who's in the chat, he's posted stuff about like beautiful views and sunset and sunrise views that he has from his dock. And so that's awesome to see. And that's also how, like we kind of share comic art and like books that we're reading and discussions about that. I saw a recent post that Mark's Music Session posted. If you want to get into that, I don't know. I just saw it right before I went live, but it's the controversy of a Daniel Warren Johnson image that he did. It was like a commission drawing he did of Absolute Batman basically strangle holding a police officer, an ICE agent, which is really controversial, really political, very charged conversation. But hey, it's, we're going to have that conversation on Discord. So anyway, it's fun. It's a fun way to connect with people. And then finally, the final way of connecting, I will say, is I have a site based off of, built on a platform called Fourth Wall. Mark's Music Obsession posted the link in the chat early on at the beginning of the chat. So you can click on that. And that's a way to support me as an artist for a small fee, monthly fee. You get a few extra perks of, it's really to support me as an artist, but I'm trying to make it, as we grow this channel, a worthy investment for you guys, because I know it's a lot to support anything these days, especially with your money. And so connected to the master study streams that I've been doing for each one of these artists, if you join Fourth Wall, you get high-res scans of all this final art. So I scan in not only the final inks, but also the final pencils and scan them at a high res. And then you have those available for free. So once we're done with this Charles VESS image, I will upload those for free also for all the Fourth Wall members. And the cool thing about this one, this is a great segue. I'm doing great with my segues today. The cool thing about this particular master study is you will have the finished pencils you will have a scan of the finished pencils, which we did on stream. You can go back and watch those streams on a playlist. I have a Charles VESS playlist, so you can watch all of those, me live streaming doing these pencils. So I'll scan that in. You can watch me in the inking process. So this is where we're at with the inking process. And I scanned this in once I was done with the inks. But because this cover has so much depth and artistry in the tone work, which was done in watercolors, the original Charles VESS image is a watercolor painting. I wasn't about to watercolor on stream. I don't think I'm good enough at watercolors to do what Charles VESS did. But what I'm doing today, and what this stream is going to be about, is adding screen tones to add those tones to this image, which is going to be awesome. And if you guys don't know what Screentones are, they were basically a printing tool that was developed for black and white comics. I think I'm going out on a limb here. I should be more researched on this stuff, but I think it was developed in Japan. I could be wrong about that, but maybe if it wasn't invented in Japan, it was perfected in Japan, because they do use it a lot in manga for black and white artwork. So because of the printing process, these little sticker sheets of tones, and they come in different patterns, different densities, different dot patterns. And I've got a few samples here, all of which I'm going to use today. And they print properly, but they give like different degrees, different percentages of gray tone and different effects. So it's awesome. And it was something that I first tried out on this Frank Miller page here. Just some basic tones there. You can see the grays. Those were all done in Screentone, and it's literally cutting out this sticky sheet of paper and applying the tone. That's what I'm going to be doing today. And then I kind of watched a few more videos and other people doing it, and I'm going to try and like layer and do some like scratching off. So it's going to be fun, but it's also going to be a little nerve-wracking because it's something I'm not 100% comfortable with. It's not like I've done a lot of Screentone work. So anyway, that is what's going to happen today. I'm not going to be inking anything or penciling anything. It's all about Screentones today to get this cool effect. And I've showed this on stream last time. Ugh. This was my test page. So that right there is some Screentones. That gray area here are Screentones. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I just did it because I was like, can I really pull this off? And yes, we can. We can pull it off. So it'll be good. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be great. I don't know if I can get it all done in one stream. Might be 2 Screentone live streams, but we're going to try and see how fast it goes today. Ugh. So that's where we're at. Let's get to, that's my intro. But now we're going to do Shooting the Fat, which is when I can catch up with all of you guys in the chat and say hello, because this is a big part of why I do YouTube. It's not that I like to see myself on screen drawing. It's not that I enjoy being in the eye of the public, but it's because of fine people like you guys in the chat, just getting to have a conversation while I'm doing all this stuff and see how you're doing. So first in the chat, Mark's Music Obsession. How are you doing, Mark? And I'll be totally honest with you, Mark. This is something cool with Discord. Because we're connected on Discord, I knew that Mark wouldn't be, I think you were gone away for the weekend, right? Or part of the week. And so I was tempted to actually do Screentones last week. But I was like, dang it, because this is so near and dear to Mark's heart. And for those of you who don't know, this is actually Mark's copy of Web of Spider-Man #1 that he mailed to me so that I would have it to reference in front of me as I did a master study, which is unbelievably amazing and generous. And I hope that it's worth it for you, Mark. But because I knew that you wouldn't be back until, I think you said Sunday you were coming back on Discord, I was like, I can't do the Screentones without Mark being here. So there you go. So hopefully it's not a disappointment, but I'm so happy you're here. Mo Biggs is always here, or also
Better
here.
Known as Mo, Big wasn't always the confident voice we hear today.
Awesome seeing you, Mo Biggs. Thank you for coming in. There's that link for the Fourth Wall shop. So yeah, check it out, you guys. And then not only with the free scans of the master studies, the high-res scans, but I also I have a separate Discord channel just for Fourth Wall members. So I've communicated, Mark's a Fourth Wall member, so I've communicated with him on the side. I like to give people sneak peeks, show them things that I might be working out that I don't share with the rest of everybody as of yet. And then hopefully in the future, once I start selling more things, artwork, comics, or whatever, they'll be kind of first in line to purchase those, and also, get a little bit of discount just because they've been supporting me so far. I call it the groundbreaker tier of membership because you're helping me break ground here right now. Mark's Music Obsession said, wouldn't miss this one unless absolutely necessary. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. And then this guy, Big Boy Burgers. I actually need to come up with a sound for Big Boy Burgers, don't I? Hail Rocky in the chat. What's up, Big Boy Burgers? I also found out that you also were on the same schedule as Mark for some crazy reason. But good to see you. Mark's Music Session says the Master Study. 1 month of membership. All hail all the cool kids in chat. That is awesome. 1 month of membership. Oh, that means, did your badge change, Mark? Let me see. How did that go? Your badge did change. So the cool thing, if you are, you can't see it here on Ecamm as I post it up there. But if you are a member of my YouTube channel, so for $1.99 a month, you can subscribe to, you can become a member of my YouTube channel, and that gives you like badges saying that you're a member, and also you get like special emojis you can post in the chat, just fun little YouTube things you can do, just a little extra something. But the badges I based off of some of the master studies I've done. So it looks like Mark's Music Obsession, you got the first month badge, which was the Michael Golden master study. So that's so cool to see it. That's great. Nice. Mo Big says Rocky's computer's paying homage to his hard sell Discord pitch by getting a little old. Nice. If anything, this Discord stuff, our conversation, Mo Biggs does not like Discord, or is averse to Discord. But anything, this discussion of Discord, you come up with some great jokes about it. So I approve. I think I'm just going to have to keep talking about Discord because of this. Mark's Music Obsession said, this study, of course, replaced my previous favorite of Rocky's, which was Mobius. Yeah, the Mobius one was awesome. That was the first time I used a dip pen. So it's been the fun thing with these different master studies is all the tools I get to play around with, and gives me an excuse to try out different tools. My favorite inking tool is a brush, but the dip pen has been really great, and it works really well for certain occasions, certain artists. You can tell worked exclusively in dip pen. And Mobius artwork, he has a lot of texture, a lot of fine detail lines, and the dip pen works really well with that. So yeah, that one turned out great. I really like that one. SoCal represent. Erwin loves it when they call him Big Papa. Do you know Erwin, Mo Biggs? Have you seen his channel, or do you know him through YouTube? Great guy. He was late night streaming, like really late night streaming, as he was drawing this comic page. And I was one of the few people left in his chat because I happened to be up too. So we were it was almost like I was in the room talking with him. We were going back and forth so much. But yeah, he was a really cool dude. I hope he shows up in the chat maybe, or, in some other chat, but he's really cool. And he has a whole like drink and draw kind of group that he meets up in person, but they also have a Discord. And they just kind of sit around and drink and draw. And I've seen a lot of people do that before. I've never been to one of those. I don't really drink either, so I don't know how fun that would be. But I think just the social aspect of drawing with other people just for fun, nothing like super professional, just sketching for fun is really cool. You dare bring up Discord again today on the day of my people, indignant People Day? It's not a holiday. It's not a holiday. Mark's Music Session said shooting the fat, the emojis are the period of shooting the fat is missing. It shows up weird. The emoji don't show up on Ecamm, which is a bummer, or the badges. But yeah, I don't know. It's not random, but technically I could just shoot the fat from the get-go, but I do like to kind of slide into the shooting the fat. So it's here now, Mark. John's here. Hey, John.
He goes, what's your name? He goes, John.
Fan favorite John. Chat shepherd John. Shalom, a day and hopefully beginning of peace, except for maybe DWJ. Ouch. I haven't even gotten into that discussion. I am a huge fan of Daniel Warren Johnson, his artwork. I was a little surprised by that image that he made. I respect his freedom of speech. He can do whatever he wants, right? But yeah, I was a little surprised by it, just based on, not that I know his political affiliation or anything like that, but I was a little surprised. It was pretty bold. And yeah, I think what do you call it? Not flashback, lashback. That he's getting because of it. I've already kind of seen it buzz around on the internet. Like, was it really worth it to do it? I don't know. He is working on an absolute Batman annual story. He's drawing one of them. And from the looks of the promotion on it, it seems like they're fighting some sort of Nazi mob, which is probably going to be political, like poo-pooing on a certain side of the political spectrum. So I don't know. It gets into very dangerous territory. I get you want to like stand up for something and, voice your beliefs as an artist, but you've got to realize too that your fan base, or as an artist, your fan base is going to hopefully be diverse opinions, wide range. And once you take a hard stand or you make such a bold statement in your art, it's gonna ruffle feathers. And maybe that's the point. Art kind of does that. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to be controversial. So who knows? Hello, Mo Biggs. How disappointed you'll be to find out who Big Boy Burgers is. Like a Scooby-Doo reveal. Hello, Rocky of the Future. Maybe 20 minutes from now. I have, let's see, maybe. Yeah. I have that emoji. You guys know who have been channel members. Oops. I have that emoji of 30, the 30 turtle. Which reminds me, I might have, let's see if I can do it. I might have more gift memberships to hand out to my channel. Let's see, does that work? Member, how do we do that? I don't even remember how I did it last time. Was it this? Buy member. Yes. As a YouTube creator, I have gift memberships that renew every month. So I'm going to shoot out 5 now. Let's see what happens. Okay, so it'll show up hopefully in the chat. Oh, showing up. Erwin Papa, we were just talking about him, received a gift membership. Lord Hinson Comics Gator, he's been in here a few times. General Piggy, nice. Sumo Thori, seen him in it. Lloyd Burton, there you go. And Mo Pigs, he got it the first time around. When I first had gift memberships available, he did eventually get one. I tried, Mo Biggs. I tried. We got 5 more. Maybe next stream I'll launch the other 5. I get 10, I think 10 a month, at least whatever stage I am now as a YouTube creator. Mo Biggs says, is it Mark? Yes. I used to know a dude in chat named Big Boy Robo, but he was younger and more Asian than Mark. Not even the prisoner pig feeder lady shows support. Yeah. She supports me in her own way. Oof, that didn't sound right. Never mind. Scratch that. There we go. Mark's twin. I can't post the pig feeder lady emoji because my membership expired. Indignity piled upon indignity. I just tried. Dang it. Sorry, dude. Rocky didn't see the member milestone, I guess. Possibly didn't show on his end. Yes, I just saw it. Sorry, I'm behind. If Rocky was to broker the peace deals, it'll be a decade or more. I'm not fast enough. I'm not fast enough for world conflict. Hamas would probably all too eager to join it. Stop it. Thanks for waiting on the stream. You're welcome. Katie, oh my gosh. Long time no see.
Say cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
No. A cup of tea.
I feel like I haven't played that in a while. Katie, how are you doing? How have you been? I hope you've been well. Hope everyone is well. That's right. It's so good to see you. Trump needs to negotiate to free the pig feeder lady. Maybe if he offered Rocky a lifetime supply of lime gel and his beloved speedball ink. No, that wouldn't. That would be bad negotiation right there. But I don't know. Maybe Trump would convince me. He's good at that. Let's see. Saying hello to everybody. Rocky's doing a master study on my book. Katie, yes. Katie, we are doing a master study on Mark's very own Web of Spider-Man #1. It's coming out great. It's better than I expected. Hail J. Oh, Unhinged. What's up, Jason Bascom? For somebody who can, drop the link for Jason Bascom's Frog G campaign. That's still going on, right, Jason? It didn't close, I don't think. So he's illustrating an independent book called Frog G. Jason's been streaming like a madman too. So good to see you in the chat right now. Pig feeder lady for Mo. Of course. Mo has turns of phrase worthy of a master study. That's right. I didn't know Erwin had a channel, but I've seen him in chat. Yeah, he does. It's great. I think it's just his name. And yeah, he's great. He's actually produced, it's really cool. This is something I found out on his stream. He's produced books, like Kickstarter books or Indiegogo books, where I think they call it like a remix. So what they'll do is like they'll take an issue of, I think they did one of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 1, and they would get different artists to do pages from that book. But it wouldn't just be one artist for page 1, one artist for page 2. It was like each artist did page 1. So it was like multiple page 1s, but they would be different styles, different interpretations. And so that was where the term like remix came in. And so he's published that for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and he did one for an X-Men book. So he got all these independent artists. It was really cool. So yeah, it's just been neat crossing over with him, getting to know him a little bit, and seeing the like comic community that he walks around in and works with and crosses over with him. And there was another guy in that chat. His name was Brunson. And it was fun because when I showed up in Erwin's chat, Brunson was there, and Brunson was like, "Oh, Rocky, I love your channel." And I was like, "Well, I've never met you before, but cool." So it was just cool. It's just a cool thing that YouTube does when YouTube is doing one of the things I like about YouTube is this like crossover and just meeting new people. Bancroft couldn't even get the first graphic to come up last night. The first graphic. Oh, you're like 97th first time in chat. Maybe you broke it. Maybe you broke it for him, Mark's Music Obsession. As always, I appreciate your appreciation, John. Nice. Emo and Lindsay have also been alerted. I think Emo said she'd be busy today. Bummer. Knowing how big a fan you are of WWJ is why I posted and commented on Discord. No, it's great, Mark. And, to be honest, I don't even know exactly what I feel about it. It's like I just saw it. I think maybe yesterday was the first time I saw it. But I'm glad you posted it in the chat, and I hope we can have a conversation about it. Because, it's newsworthy, and also it's a great... There's so much politics in the world, and people have differing views, different sides of the politics, but it's kind of interesting to see it show up in things you like comics or whatever, and see how people debate it, talk about it, converse about it. It's all about the conversation, in my opinion, as opposed to like, oh, let's cancel DWA. You know, it's like, well, you know, let's talk about it, see why. And you could like not like DWJ afterwards, but you know, he's still a great artist. So so like, how do you rectify that? How do you like kind of come to grips with that as a fan? So yeah, I love it. DWJ's piece would be a disgrace to Batman's legacy, except he drew Absolute Batman, which was basically honoring Absolute Batman's legacy of being trash. There you go. Mo Biggs is not a fan of anything. Anything. Happy Indignant Day. NGO shunning is free speech too. No one is discounting DW's right to freely speak his idiocy. Would never remove another's rights. There you go. I agree with you, John, 100%. Oh yeah. Now it's telling me in Ecamm who received the gift memberships. Mo Biggs is a little upset. I like those people, but they don't come to this channel. I know it's weird. I think that YouTube's strategy, or at least the algorithm strategy, is it tries to lure people in or back into your channel who have maybe fallen off or don't come as frequently. That's my hunch with the gift memberships, but it's kind of sucky for people who do show up and put in the time and are active. If it were up to me, I would love it if YouTube gave you the ability to tell it which membership or which people you could send out the memberships to and gift it to, but it doesn't. It's just totally random. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. So apologies, Mo. Outside of like pulling out my own credit card and buying a gift membership for you, it's out of my hands. I like those. Yes. Missed the roulette memberships. And yes, he did get one first round. They did. I had a pitch already about how subscribing to Fourth Wall was essentially sponsoring my gift memberships. Awesome One says, Gotix. What? Oh, Gothic's rate of 1. Nice.
Yes, that's awesome.
We're, I guess Gothic's was streaming. Nice. Thank you. Thanks for coming here. Great to see you. John, I didn't see you in Gothic's. I've not been in there in ages. John doesn't comment in the chats. And he didn't care for Gwenny's topic of choice. Nice. Ban Rocky's sexy drawing, says Gothic's. Not. Lime Jello. Love it. Katie just became a member. Katie, that wasn't a gift membership, was it? No, I don't think so. Why didn't it let me know? But thanks for becoming a member, Katie. What do we got to do here? Oh, I know. Katie, if that was you becoming a gift member, I don't think it was a gift membership because I think it already listed out. Yes, I see it here on YouTube. I have a YouTube window and I can see it differently on the chat. So thank you so much for becoming a member. Katie, I don't know if you ever saw this, but this is my little like video that I created for people that super chat and just willing to plunk down any old little money for me. I appreciate it. This is for you, Katie. There you go, Katie. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Now you have the new member badge on, and you can drop all the crazy emoji. If you need to know what they mean, just ask other people in the chat. They were there in the creation. And that's another thing that we talk about in Discord. Actually, I have to check and see if I can add another. I don't think I can add another emoji yet. But I have that pig feeder lady prepped. That one's coming, guys. The actual image of the pig feeder lady is coming. I think that's going to be the next one. Katie thinks Rocky's worth it. I appreciate that. Has Gothix jumped on the Melanie Mac Neo-Puritan train? Oh. We had a Brit in our house today helping out my mom. Nice. John says, my take on government control is not welcome in it, but admitting it is actually a problem for humanity is important. Oh, the Gothics conversation is about banning porn. Oh, but also we shouldn't consume it. Okay, wow, that's a little bit of heavier discussion than we have here. Just like anything too much is bad for you. All things in moderation, especially moderation. I have a grandma. I'm sorry, a great grandma who lived to, I think she was 101 or 102. Some long life genes in my family. And that's what she said. That's, at least I never got to meet her, but that's what my dad told me that she said, was everything in moderation. So you just try everything a little bit. And worked out for her, I guess. Hashtag cancel Rocky. Thank you, awesome one. I think absolute big back man. Lure, so you agree it's a trap. You may be right about YouTube's gift algorithm. I often get gift memberships for Gooch's channel, and I've only watched it once. They're trying to like reel you back. You're like, well, I'm a member. I guess I should check it out. I mean, it psychologically makes sense, right? But I do kind of wish I could designate as the channel owner, I wish I could designate some, maybe not all of them, but some gift memberships to hand out. YouTube strategy is to get eyeballs on content, so always trying to draw people in, unless politically objectionable content to YouTube. No kidding. There's always that unless or but in their agreements. I've got another Nerdrotic gifted, and he has 1 million subs. Nice. I do still get Shelby gift memberships from Rick Saylor and sometimes Sumo Authority. There you go. Maybe you could swap. Sumo Authority just got a gift membership for my channel. You could swap with him. Alan Lau's in the house.
Hey kid,
What?
I'm a computer.
I think, so body massage. I think that Alan Lau, I should have done body massage for your soundbite instead of, hey kid, I got a computer. But there were so many of that. That's from those funny G.I. Joe Fensler films. I think it was called Fensler films. Redubs of the G.I. Joe films. So good to see you. I got to hang out with Alan Lau last week, and that was great. Alan Lau and I go back way far back, and it's just fun to talk. I likened it to like meeting up with somebody that was in the same platoon as you were in like a horrible war. Me and Alan have been in the trenches with each other on many occasion. And it's just good to talk shop with him and just brainstorm and walk into a comic book shop and talk comics. It's really fun. Alan Lau has some comics experience himself. We've been talking. Alan, I've got some stuff to review too. But yeah, maybe you'll be hearing from Alan Lau pretty soon here with things that he's up to. But he's a fantastic artist, great dude, and so happy that he's here. See, he's nice too. Katie, use your newly available emojis. Do it, Katie. Katie fell asleep. She's like, I'm subscribing. I'm buying a membership. In all fairness, Katie's on the other side of the world. And so it might be that time of the day. Katie, might I suggest the pig feeder lady emoji? It's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. That's right. Rick owns a comic shop. How does he even have any money to give away? Probably doesn't. Mark's music obsession just dropped the pig feeder lady 3 times. Rocky, is emoji blocked? Is it? No. Somebody tell me it's not blocked. I mean, it doesn't show up. No. I see Mark's music obsession emoji. Yes. Go to your Zoo Boo event, Rocky. I know I need to get back to the zoo. It's actually raining today. It doesn't rain here that often, but it's raining today. So no zoo for me, but I do need to get back to the zoo. I really do. Speaking of the zoo, something in Discord that I do that rhymed and also pissed off Mo, is we do trying to do a weekly YouTube challenge for those of you who are members of Discord. And I'm just asking questions about different streams I've done, different aspects of the channel that if you've been here before, you might know, or if you have to dig around a little bit on my YouTube channel, you could find the answer. So I do a challenge question every week I'm trying to do 4 challenge questions a month. And then whoever's if you get the answer right first, you get a point. And then whoever has the most points at the end of the month, I'll send them a little gift. So first month I did it was September. Cranberry Langers, who often shows up here in the chat, he won the first challenge. And so I mailed off a package to him last week, I believe. And so he should be getting that soon. And then, so yeah, we're in the middle of October's YouTube question. But one of my questions for that was, what was the stream, what name of the stream and the time code of the stream that I first met the pig feeder lady? And so actually Emo Trash got the answer of that one correctly. So yeah, you got to be in the know to know. Was she a burlesque worker? Just wondering. I don't think so. Moderate yourself in a manner which makes you not lukewarm to God. That's right. You don't want to be lukewarm because Bible says you'll get spit out. That is you don't want to. I don't know. I don't want to be spit out of the mouth of God. That would be kind of sucky. Sin is the great divide. Sumo is Asian. Why isn't he here? I have no idea. I think Sumo would fit in with this crowd. Hawaiian is Asian. Is Sumo Hawaiian? Nice. Band of Brothers. That's right. And we won't tell you which one of us dies at the end of that. That's the secret. Sleep well, Katie. God bless you. A sleep sub. Yeah. Maybe she didn't mean to sub. Maybe she just accidentally fell asleep on her keyboard and then subbed. That would be incredible. That would be incredible. I would take it. I would take that money. Or actually, I did. Rocky, you're emoji blocked because you can't add anymore. Oh, no, I'm not blocked and dropping emojis, John. They give you a certain amount of emojis based on members that you have. So the more members I get, the more emoji I can add. And I think we're up to maybe eight emojis. So yeah, if I get more members or people subscribe more, then they'll open up for me to add more emoji. It's not unlimited, unfortunately. Catch the rain before a commie starts another climate change fire. Oh my gosh. Mr. Monkey Boy 1969, save us.
How do you say monkey in French?
Good seeing you, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. Rocky, how is the weather from San Francisco north up the PCH during the winter months? From San Francisco north up the PCH. Want to bring someone out for the drive up to Redwoods, hopefully soon. Up the Pacific Coast Highway. Oh, from San Francisco north up the Pacific Coast during the winter months. So actually, during the winter months is actually some of the most beautiful weather that we get. It's like a late, what do they call it? Like a late summer kind of feel to it. So yeah, you could have some really, really, I mean, depending on when you come, you could have some really gorgeous weather. Most of the foggy weather for us happens summertime. And then it's like in the later months, September, October, you get some gorgeous weather. So you could be in luck, Mark. And that's a great drive. The Redwoods are amazing. I haven't been there in a while, like Muir Woods, but it is gorgeous up there. And the temperature drops considerably when you're in the middle of the Redwoods, but it's a beautiful place. It's actually the site. The Muir Woods is the site of the I think the first UN meeting took place there. They have like a plaque. It's just a beautiful, it just gives you perspective on life. You realize how small you are, how big God's creation is, and just how beautiful it can be. It's really peaceful. It's wonderful. So yeah, I would recommend it. And they actually filmed a lot of like the on-set, like Return of the Jedi stuff in the Redwoods up here. So there's fun entertainment fact for you. I have made that drive, but it was during the summer. Was it foggy for you, Mark? It might have been foggy. Usually summer months are quite foggy for us. Awesome One says, I'd like an original drawing for a win. Of course, I'll never win. You could, dude. You could. And I may or may not have sent an original drawing to Cranberry Langers. So Let that be an incentive. Awesome one. That would be a trick question right there. Awesome one. You know what's funny is actually before I stream, I like look in the mirror and I'm like, I think I need a shave, but like it doesn't matter. You can't really see anything. So 666 emojis, possibly. Yes. Never discourse, never. It's okay. I accept you. You and Mo could start your own side conversation that's not on Discord, maybe. I just finished watching the Kinist talks and some hostage return videos. Don't remember Greta mentioned. Oh yeah. All that stuff going on with the peace, the hostages being released. It's crazy, really crazy time. It's great. I'd love to take the PTH all the way up. Yeah, it's a beautiful drive. I've only driven mostly in California on that highway. There's a part of California like in central, I want to say central, like south of us between here and LA, where part of it collapsed a few months ago. And so it was closed and you had to detour off of it. And, you know, it's in some parts, it's only a two-way road. So if one of the roads is out of commission, then you're kind of out of luck. So yeah, just if you do that drive, just make sure you check and see that it's around still. Some say if you search the redwood forest closely, you can still occasionally find an authentic Ewok dropping. What do those even look like? Yeah, you could. I mean, when you step in the redwoods, you totally are in Return of the Jedi. It's pretty amazing, and you imagine like the logs coming and like smashing the ATST walkers or whatever. Like it's really amazing. Mark's Music Obsession said, God has blessed me with a special new special person. I want to share that beautiful drive and possibly... Oh, well, Mark's Music Obsession. Do tell. What do I got? I don't know. I don't have a sound for you. Applause? Congratulations, my friend. I'm so glad to hear. So glad to hear. And that would be an amazing drive. And possibly meet the legend. You mean me? I would love that. That would be incredible. I'd take you to the romantic comic book store in San Francisco. Oh gosh, Mark's the Mac Daddy. That's right, Miggity Mark. Look at that. Look at the chat. So happy for you, Mark. Alan Lau says Ewok droppings would kill on eBay. True. Well, that's great. That is so great, Mark. Maybe that's why Mark disappears sometime, eh? You little rascal. Of course he did. Awesome one. Is there any doubt? Rocky has to dress up as a speeder bike pilot when he meets Mark. So I'll let you guys in on a little secret. I love Halloween. Halloween's coming up. Whenever it came time to figuring out costumes for them, I would kind of go a little nuts on their Halloween costumes. But my kids are older now. They don't need dad making costumes for them much anymore. But, you know, it was bad. I would start months in advance. Let's just put it that way, to like design their costumes and create them. So just recently, so I've been out of the Halloween circuit for a long time. So just recently, a friend of mine asked me if I would participate in a trunk or treat event, which is, I don't know if you've ever heard of that before, but pretty much what you do is you decorate the trunk of your car, and you open up the trunk of your car and you can decorate it. And some people do like games or whatever themes. And then kids will come to each car and, you know, kind of trick or treat, but it's mostly like just kind of playing games, earning candy, and then moving on to the next car. So they asked me if I wanted to be part of it. And I was really hesitant because I'm like, I'm out of this game. My kids don't do this anymore. And, I don't really get that much joy out of it if it's not for my own children. But I was walking around in Home Depot and I'm like, what could I do? And usually my mind goes to Star Wars because Star Wars is kind of key Halloween fodder for me. Like you can do so many cool things for Halloween with Star Wars. And I was just walking around Home Depot for another reason, and then I saw a couple things here, and I was like, "Oh, I could use this." And so I finally committed. So what I'm doing is I'm actually building. Maybe I'll share this on Discord, but I'm in the process of building an X-wing cockpit in the back of my trunk. So it looks like the cockpit, and then I'm gonna make it like a little target game where kids have to shoot the bullet into the Death Star tunnel to blow up the Death Star. So yeah, I've got like cardboards all over my house, and like the industrial glue gun has been pulled out. So things are getting serious when I pull out my glue gun. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun actually, and that's taking up a lot of time, my off time, my evening times. So yeah, maybe I'll share some pictures of that my progress of that in Discord, but it's been a lot of fun. And you laugh when Alan says I need to dress up like a speeder bike pilot, but who knows? The timing of it is I might have an X-Wing cockpit to greet you. Mark's Music Obsession. Mark's Music Session says a few weeks ago, John, taking it slow. It's been a long time. Congratulations, Marks. That's great. I hope it goes well. I hope she's a wonderful person and that she likes music and comics and boat rides. Because you're all about all of those. Real question, would Rocky still be yapping while MMO and his new lady friend apart? Possibly. That's a whole new emoji. Emo must be out with her dude as why she's never around. Yeah, she said she's busy. John says so. Exactly, John. I'm following his plan as he reveals it. Nice. I guess I just bought a dog on Indiegogo. Whoa. Awesome one says, I could care less about Halloween, but do love some pumpkin food and drink. Kind of the opposite of that. Trunk or treat, usually church things. A dog? It said I bought a dog. Okay. Starfighter bicycle. Would be amazing to get Rocky Tour, especially with all the changes to the city since my last visit. I would gladly meet up with you, Mark, if you came this way. I like the take where Halloween is a reminder God has conquered the evil spirits so much we can laugh at them. Yeah, and making things out of cardboard is really fun. And that's kind of why I've mentioned this guy, Mr. Baloney, before on this stream. He has his own YouTube channel. He makes things all out of cardboard and duct tape. Amazing. That kind of taps into that builder. I wish I worked in Jim Henson's Creature Studio vein in my head. Okay, I think I caught up. I think I did. Let us get to what the whole point we're here is, Screentones, because it's going to take me a second to get acclimated here. Because, yeah, Screentones are not... Sorry, I'm just going to move this over a little bit if I can. This will be an adventure. I was telling somebody about this whole process over the weekend. And they were asking me about Screentones. And they're like, well, when you cut them, how do you not cut the art? And I thought there was going to be some, technique or nothing. It's just you just don't press down too hard is really how it works, because if you press down too hard with the X-Acto knife you could cut the art and that would suck. So yeah, that's how it works. So I'll show you guys. Let me see. One of the things, as I was planning this out, I have several different Screentones. These are what I'll be using. The company is called Deleter Jr. You can see them. They sell it. I think you can get them like on Amazon. I actually have the good fortune of being able to purchase this in person at a store, an art store in the city in Japantown. And it's great because the thing with screen tones is you really need to look at the pattern up close. Like, it's very hard to get a sense of what the screen tone will look like if you're just looking at an image on like Amazon, you know, like a screenshot or something. So you really need to, I think you really need to see it on person. And so you can see just here like the difference between these two screen tones, and they have these numbers here. This one's a little bit more tightly packed and denser, so it's got a darker gray tone. This one's a little looser. The dots are more irregular in this one, so it feels a little bit more organic. This one is like straight up gray print like dot pattern. It's like a 20% gray here is what it lists out. And then this one is the same as this guy here. So these are the 3 tones I'm going to be trying out on this piece. And then on top of that, I'm going to be like layering some of these, or trying out layering to increase the density and also give me room to make like softer edges. So I'll show you guys on the example page that I did. This example page here, and it's really messy because I was just doing it fast just to see if it would work. But right here, I don't know if you guys can tell, right here you can see how it gets, that pattern gets a little darker. And it's because I layered a piece of the same pattern on top of it. And so where it overlaps, it makes it darker. And then I scratched, and I've seen people do this online, which is where I came up with the idea. I'll scratch the edge just to give it like a softer edge, so it's not like a hard cut. And then it gave it this nice, like, not quite watercolor texture, but it definitely had like a gradated texture to it. So I'm going to be trying all those kind of things. I don't know if I'll layer 3 times over, but definitely twice over I'll do it in certain spots, just to give me this gradation that you can't get. And then like on the edge of the tone here, I'll like soften it by like scratching off some of the patterns. So it's pretty involved. It's a lot of like cutting and finding the right shape and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I don't know if I'll be able to get this all done in one stream, but we'll try. Oops. Whoa. Earthquake. Okay. Just need to mute that. I thought I was already muted. All right. So the other thing that I realize is probably the best way to go about it is to go from laying down some tones in the background first and then doing the ones in the front last, if that makes sense. So unfortunately, that means the character will probably be one of the last things I get to. What you've seen here, so this is, I added this to the inks. I did this off stream, but I drew just a light pencil line here just to give me the shape of what I need to cut out. And then what I'll do is, before I apply it and do the final application of the tone, I'll erase this pencil line so you won't see it there. But yeah, I need to know what the shape is I'm cutting before I cut it out. Otherwise, I'll be lost. So I drew in those clouds. I was trying to follow the shapes that were in this original comic book cover. Look, Mark, I added in the window pane, the weird off-perspective window pane here that they had there. I added in Charles VESS' signature, my signature on top. And then I'll use one of the tones, I think it's the darkest screen tone I'm probably going to use, or I'm planning on using for these like background building here. I'll use a different tone for this building here just to separate the two of them a little bit. Spider-Man himself in his black costume will be the 107 tone, which is the 20% gray, and that's the tone that I used on the test image. And then this more spread out 133 tone here, this one I'll use for like the smoke, because it feels like it has a nice like airy kind of textural quality to it that I think will be nice in the smoke. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So first of all, I'm gonna probably hit this building or this building with this tone. And the way it works is it's on this sheet that has this backing paper, and you kind of have to eyeball it a little bit. So my only fear with this tone is I might run out for all the places I was thinking about putting it, but we'll see how this goes. So I gotta try and like fit it on as much as I can, while at the same time saving as much as I can. I don't want to waste a lot of the screen tone because it's expensive, and each one of these sheets cost me like about $6, at least that I found in the bookstore. I think they're even more expensive online. So I don't want to waste it, but at the same time you gotta cover where you gotta cover. So what I'm probably gonna do is cut it here. I mean, I should just line it up so that the edge is here, so I don't have to even cut that edge. This is what a lot of it's going to be today. It's just going to be me mumbling to myself and calculating math of how to fit this sheet. So it might not be the most exciting of streams, but it's all part of it. But you'll see once I lay it out, and this is how I felt with the Frank Miller Master Study when I did the screen tones on it. Once you get it cut and you lay it down, oh my gosh, it's so satisfying. All right, so here, I'm gonna make a little mark. How should I do this? So yeah, I think I should just cut it here. And then yeah, I think right. I think to make my life easier, just gonna cut it straight across. Where's my ruler? Maybe I should lay down my cutting board, but I'm a little lazy. So then once I cut it off this sheet, always important to have a sharp X-Acto knife when you're doing this. Otherwise, you're going to end up like fraying the edge. Once you get the sheet roughly a little bit bigger than the size you're shooting for, oh man, did I miss that? Did I already mismeasure that? A little bit. Okay, that'll fit that size if I use that for the sheet. So you kind of want it to be close to like fitting on one sheet. Otherwise, you're going to get pieces next to each other, and that doesn't look good. Like you know, tiny bits like sticking next to each other. It's nice when it's all cut off of one sheet, one complete piece, as best as you can. So I think I better use this side. And then once I lay this down, then I'm going to cut all around where it needs to go. And then I'll save the leftover pieces. Let's see, okay, so this is 128. 128. All right. Hopefully this works. Like I see people do this. I've seen videos of people doing this and they're really fast. So you see that already? Add that tone. Isn't that cool? So cool. And then what I use, so I'm using, you know, standard X-Acto knife. I got a bunch of replacement blades. I got the Screentone sheets, and then I have this. It's like they call this a bone folder. It's actually made out of bone, and it's good for like pushing out any bubbles. So I'm just going to lightly do that. I don't want it to be too tight on there, but just lightly press it through so that there's no bubbles or pieces. And then I'm going to cut. Where's my metal ruler? I'm going to cut off what I don't want. So for now, I think I'll go all the way to the edge. Wow, I can't even barely see my pencil line. I'm gonna have to look at the comic as my guide. All right, so just lightly pressing on the sheet because I don't want to cut too deeply onto the artwork. But I have seen like original pages of people doing this, and you can see the cut lines. So it's just part of the technique, but at the end of the day, it's the final print that you're hoping looks great. Isn't that rad? I love it already. And then I'm just going to keep this blank sheet, this blank kind of sheet here to put any like leftover pieces that I might have, and I can reuse them in certain spots. All right, let me catch up here before I get too far behind. Wow, I'm really behind. Wow, I'm really behind. Okay, here we go. Mo Big says, I've always enjoyed Halloween, but I'm wondering if there may be any aspect of wickedness considering Rocky's mind immediately turned to Mr. Blunt. It's the devil. Rocky going to need to do some test tones? Yes, I did. Test tones. Boop. Comics. Yeah, this channel's about comics. Right? I have to remind myself about that sometimes. I have a huge Star Wars collection, put away, of course. I don't have enough space to display it. All of my original toys from childhood, plus much more. Yeah, me too. Oh, Mr. Monkey Boy dropped thank you so much for dropping the link to my buddy, Shanthan Jetty Art. He is the one who got me to do this YouTube thing from the beginning. And he has a couple of amazing campaigns going, one of which is that one that Mr. Monkey Boy just dropped, the Nosfera the Crypt Walker, the second chance edition. He's closing that out on Halloween, if I'm not mistaken. There's a second chance edition and also an art edition. And then the other campaign he has going is Spring Ball, Terminal Monstrosity, which is his original comic book. I mean, Nosfero is a comic book too, but it's a painted comic book in the pulp hammer horror genre. Spring Ball is his more traditional, like 90s image, Steve Ditko, Todd McFarlane style. It's amazing. And Spring Ball was a character in a book that he was working on when we were in college together. So I know that character and those stories quite well. So yeah, he's doing a relaunch of that, redoing the story and a lot of the pages, just with everything that he knows now. So go back his campaigns if you haven't already. Two of the most campaigns that I'm really excited about coming out. Okay, so this is where it gets hard with X-Acto Knife, is anytime you have to draw curvy lines. Like X-Actos work really well with straight lines, straight edge lines, but when you have to like turn a corner on the line you're drawing, it's a little bit more difficult. And I guess I'll just that piece I won't be able to fit, so I'm just going to cut this all the way off. Cut this one piece all the way off first. So yeah, you don't have to press down too hard on the cut. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'll give it some leeway here, but I also don't want to cut it off too much at the edge. The problem too is I'm cheap. So I don't want to waste Screentone when I don't have to. If I had all the Screentone in the world and all the money in the world, then I would be a lot less calculative of where I'm cutting these tones to save these pieces. But because I'm cheap, I got to plan this out a little bit more specifically. Boom. So I'll clean up this edge, but you see how that's happening? So this like negative is now starting to make that smoke, which is going to be awesome. And then I'll save this huge piece. I can cut out some smaller pieces out of this. Mark's Music Obsession says gonna be amazing to finally get my Nosfera collection after a long wait. Yes. Just be patient with that, Mark. I know Shanta's definitely working. He's not working, but All these things take so... I mean, look at how long it's taking me just to put one piece of Screentone down. Let alone to create a comic book campaign and fulfill it. And do all the artwork, publication, the... fulfillment, printing. Look at that. So cool. So what I'll do now is erase erase these pencil marks underneath. I guess I didn't need to. I don't really need to erase them, but I just don't want to see them peeking through. And if I look closely, I can see the cut lines. I can definitely see them on the paper. But that's part of it. It's just part of the process. What I will do, once I get a couple more of these shapes in, I'm also going to cut out these windows because they have a nice quality of like light coming out of them. So I'll cut out those holes, and I think they'll pop too once I do it. There we go. First tone down. I wonder how long it would take me to get banned from Japantown. Why are you trying to get banned from Japantown? MMO, you need your art hall to have rotating displays and pull from your warehouse collections. That's right. Anime isn't a true... Oh, that's why you're saying it, Mobiggs. Anime isn't a true representation of Japan. So I had to go pick up some late lunch and I missed the excitement. What's this I hear about someone rebranding as Mark's marital obsession? Dang. Yes, the original cut and paste. Absolutely. Mark's love obsession. I'm just old. I also wouldn't have had time to collect stuff. I wish I had a dog noise. I don't. So glad you added it. Rocky would have drove an OCD kid's nuts. Yes, this guy. It bothered me because it feels off perspective from the other windows, but it is a window on the building. It's okay. It's there now. Tone Loke. So have you got the whole collection, Tones? So have you got the whole collection? No, I don't. These were all that I could find. The other tones you could buy, they had some weird patterns. Like some of them were like stars, like printed stars on like the same sticky paper, but like not even like a star field. It was like iconic stars, or some had like dancing kitties, like weird things that people use. I guess they need screen tones for. But these were the only like dot pattern ones that I could find at the time. All right, let me see. Let me cut that. I can use this. Can I use this small piece? So there's a little bit of this, like mix and match. To maximize each little bit of these. Yeah, I didn't anticipate that this would be hard to this pattern's so dark that I can barely see my pencil line underneath it. Flying blind. Speaking of absolute Batman, somebody who has used screen tones in his artwork before is Nick Dragotta. And I think he's gotten it from like the manga influence on his work, but he's used screen tones before and it's really cool. He's pretty raw with his screen tones too. It's not so careful. Just kind of just lays down. So I'm using this darker tone for the building, like behind the building, for the building peeking out here. And then for inside the cloud or the mist, I'm going to use the lighter, less dense tone. And then I'll even try and like scrape on the edges to make it a little feel softer. Tone time. That's right. This section should be called Tony, Tony, Tony. You guys think alike. Funky Cold Medina wasn't involved in meeting your new lady, was it? Whoa. It's getting personal, John. Now we see if Rocky is a master or a Padawan. Ooh. Dropping the gauntlet. Wow, you guys have great music taste. Rocky, perhaps find a method of marking your tone with a pencil or something and cut on a self-healing pad. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because you guys know me. I don't like inking on top of my original pencils for precisely that reason. Like, what if I screw up? Then I'm going to screw up the pencils. But for some odd reason, I get it, like why doing tone and cutting directly on the art, because you kind of need to see it exactly how it lays down, and as opposed to like cutting it, marking it off on and then applying it. Like, it really needs to be right up next to the lines. So maybe it's slightly hypocritical, but I do like just eyeballing it directly on it. And this is how I've seen people do it. When I was watching videos of people doing screen tones, like they're way more or less careful than I'm being too. And it turns out great. So it just comes with practice, I think. The smaller the piece of tone, too, the easier it is for it to get, like, accidentally knocked off. So you got to be really careful when you're cutting out tiny pieces that they just don't, like you don't accidentally like knock it off with your finger, which I'm kind of doing right now. Yeah, see, I just lost that piece. Well, I will add it in a second here. And there's some pieces that are just way too small for me to use. There we go. So there's for sure going to be some variations. It's not going to be exactly following the line, but it'll get as close as we can here. Capture the feeling of the smoke. And so yeah, I just use the bone folder to like press it down, make sure everything's stuck on where it needs to stick. The inks on that cover look great, Rocky. Tones are going to be awesome. Thank you, Alan. Measure twice, cut once. Yes. All he said was, be my queen if you know what I mean, and let us do the wild thing. Chow, off to get some favorite pumpkin spice latte. See you later, awesome one. Thank you for being here. Mark first, Rocky, then cut. Hey gang, happy Monday. What's up, Zaid Comics? How you doing, Phil? Phil's got a campaign running right now. The Man with No Strings. I think I got that right this time. The Man with No Strings looks awesome. He's got an ash can he's selling right now. And the cool thing too I've been watching on Phil's campaign is he's getting artists to do like one-of-a-kind covers for it. So, and he's releasing them, I don't know, every week, Phil? Is that what you're doing? It's really cool. So these unique one-of-a-kind blank covers that are illustrated by certain artists for that book. I like that you're not releasing it all at once, too. That it's like trickling out, because then there's some anticipation on, ooh, I wonder what the next artist would be. Where's that line? Here it is. I can't even see where I made my cut. Oh, right here. Okay. The smoke forming. It's pretty crucial that this kind of connects there, gives you some visual continuity that the smoke is like going behind him. This will be a different tone here. Okay, we got this tone here. This. Okay. And then I think for these, I'm going to do a tone on these gargoyles. Yes. I'm going to do this darker tone on the gargoyle. Wow, this is this is going to be choice because it's going to be hard to see underneath, but well, we'll do it. So I'm just cutting a piece that's larger than the part that I want to cover. Then I'll stick it on. So I'm going to use this darker tone on this gargoyle and the other gargoyle. And I'm going to use a different... Did this just fly off something important? Hope not. That's what I mean by these little pieces can come off without you knowing it. So I'm going to use this darker tone, the same darker tone on this gargoyle and this gargoyle. And then whatever tone I use here on the 107 tone I'm using on Spider-Man, I'm going to use on the building too, so that there's a little bit of a difference between the gargoyle and the building. It's already looking cool, guys. My gosh. Love it. Hey, Blinky Printer Light, is he ignoring you again? No, he's here. He's blinking. He's just off camera. Bone folder, don't let... Wow. I know a few people that tend to push out bubbles. I'm going to cut off what I don't want. Rocky sounds ready to join Trantifa. Yikes, guys. We need a... I swear, there's something to like... YouTube chat comedy club or something. Some of you guys could be like television writers with the comedy that you have. Okay, the outline for this gargoyle is very, very complicated. So I'm going to do this in chunks. So I'm trying to peel it off as slowly as possible because I don't want that to accidentally tear. She isn't here at the moment, John, so I can make such comments. She lives just down the street from me. Nice. Nice. Convenient. The molding on top of the bricks should not have the same tone pattern uniformity as the bricks themselves. The molding. Oh. You talking about this molding here? What I can do is I can actually layer. Maybe I'll layer a tone here. I was planning on layering a tone here as well after I cut out the. See how they're two different. I mean, they're two different colors here, but they do give a sense of dimension. So good call. I probably will add an extra tone, maybe just on top, to make it pop differently. Michael Bancroft's here. What's up, Bancroft?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
So for those of you who are not subscribed to Michael Bancroft's channel, he's been doing read a creator comic a day for the month of October. That's been pretty cool because it's like, I mean, it's just reviews of independent comics, but one new one every day, which is a lot of work. But there's been some good ones in there that Michael Bancroft's done, so check it out. Oh my gosh, this has been on camera the whole time, right? I've not been cutting this off camera, have I? I also have to remember to change my blade often because I know the second that this blade becomes slightly dull, I'm going to be making some bad mistakes. There is something in me that's like, have you ever tried to like peel an apple with one cut? It's something in me that like kind of wants to do that for this, but it would not end well. So I'm just trying to do it in manageable sections here. Boop. No, this one I will not be able to reuse that small of a piece. Pretty cool. Man, it's cool. Screentones are so cool. They're really tedious, but the outcome's nice. And then I know I would prefer doing this over there's something about doing the actual physical process of cutting that's really rewarding versus like doing this digitally. I know I could do it a lot faster digitally, but I don't know, call me a glutton for punishment. Sweet. Hashtag blame Sean. Sean's long absence from this channel is shameful. Go give him some grief. Look at that beautiful cover, Bancroft. Bancroft knows. Bancroft is also a big fan of Web of Spider-Man. I've got to, John. That's just got to. You kind of have to. You got to get back at it. Okay. I'll try and hit the end here. I too missed the 10% of Sean's streams I used to catch. She's a beaut. Thank you, Michael Bancroft. How do you not cut through the drawing? That is the question. It's just literally, Phil, it's just pressing lightly. And if you can see closely, like, there are, see that there are little cuts here. But that's not abnormal. Like, that's kind of part and parcel to using screen tones. But at the end of the day, like I mentioned at the top of the stream, at the end of the day, what artists were most concerned with was not that this was a beautiful piece of art, which it will be, but that it printed properly, right? So you would never see these cuts in the original artwork. You would just see the printed tone in the final. So, but I have seen close-ups of originals of like by manga artists or whatever, and you can see the the excessive cuts in there. That's just how it goes. But yeah, you just press oh so lightly. Don't press too hard. And then also you got to work with a sharp blade. And then that'll help you not have to put so much pressure to cut this film. But yeah, that is the way it works. I'm going to try and make my cuts like when I'm cutting this excess pieces off. I'm going to try and make the cuts, I'll be able to reuse that, on lines, if that makes any sense, as opposed to on the white. Because on the white, you can see a cut. But if it's on the border of Spider-Man's leg in this particular case, or on an ink line, you wouldn't be able to really see it that much. Beautiful. I just press it down a little bit more. This is cool. I added this like brush texture underneath, which I love. I love the way this looks, but then adding the tone on top of it all of a sudden gives it an extra dimension. So I knew I was going to add the tone on top of this gargoyle, but I wasn't sure how it would translate with the textured brush strokes, but I like it. This is definitely by far going to be one of the most interesting finished originals that I have out of these master studies, just because of the weird techniques that I tried. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna cut it here. So yeah, right now I'm just following the outline of the gargoyle, so you won't really be able to see any cut lines on it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna actually leave some of this underneath here. Just maybe can be used as like a shadow. Boom. I'm so happy. That's turning out so cool. Just the difference between this and this. I mean, he'll have his own tone, but it's going to be a different pattern, so that's going to be interesting to see them next to each other. But just the difference, it's just really cool. Yeah, I'll just kind of use this. I probably like scratch the edge of it once I'm done adding the tone for this building here. I'll scratch the edge of this to soften it up, but I think it could be a nice little like shadow. Steve Irwin, that you? I like curvy women, not boards. I would be very nervous. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous, guys, but no, it's going fine. It's going fine. It's going better than I was expecting so far. I just tweeted something you might be... Oh, interest in Zaid Comics? Nice. You mean Mel tweeted it. Rocky will use this exact level of care and precision when constructing his pig feeder ladies. Hashtag free her now. Where is Dark Rose Bancroft anyway? Where is that guy? Very cool on the first bit. Rocky's 235 post. Oh gosh, I don't even know where. Give her big... No. Thank you. The orchids are in blossom. The birds are nesting in the hazel thicket. You know Michael Bancroft. Jeffrey Beats, who is a channel regular here, posted some... Let me just look. On Discord, he posted some beautiful images of... Here. Mianjin, where he lives, he said, erupts in a sea of purple flowers this time of year. I don't know how these are pronounced. Jacarandas are everywhere in his city. Beautiful, beautiful images. I don't know. You're saying the orchids are in blossom. Maybe it's similar. Do you guys get the jacarandas where you are? Had to share French class with a hairy female. Ugh. New Rocky would appreciate the Star Wars reference. Nice. Rocky working with small pieces. Pro tip, tweezers. Thank you for the attention to this matter. Love gargoyles. Awesome. Building gargoyles. Yes, there's some amazing ones. There's some crazy ones out there too where... I've seen some gargoyle art. Oh, maybe we should start a thread on gargoyle art. But some gargoyle art where you're like, whoa, how did they get away with that? Let's see, 128. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to use 107 here. Okay. So this is the other piece of 128. I actually don't need to... I've seen some people like, so for example here, it doesn't matter that my screen tone is on this black, obviously, because once it's printed, you won't see the pattern at all if it's on top of black. And I've seen people cut out so that they can save this piece. I'm just going to leave it because it's easier just to leave it here. But for here, this is a considerable amount of black here that I could save the screen tone on. Would that be weird if I cut it out here, but I didn't cut it out there? That would be weird. But then what do I do with... That would be weird. Because if I keep the screen tone here, where would I end it? I guess I could just keep his leg in there. Yeah, I'll keep it. I will keep it. So now I just gotta fit this piece in a way that Can I fit this piece in a way that I get all that? There it is. Well, I can hear the raindrop. That is a sound we don't normally hear that much. And when it rains, people like freak out when it's just like just drizzle, because we don't see rain that often during this time of year. See, that you can see right here, I'm not doing it in this section, but you can see how overlapping the pattern creates a different density and a different gray. So we can use that. I will be using that kind of idea on some other areas, but not here. Close enough is good enough is the Aussie way of life. Lindsay Rose, hey, what's up, Lindsay Rose?
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Welcome, welcome. Every picture I see a pic of Chicago, I go looking for gargoyles. Nice. Good to see you, Lindsay Rose. How are you doing? Lindsay Rose posted an awesome thing in Discord of somebody restoring this incredible Superman poster. It's like an old vintage Superman poster, and they were a professional restorer, and the way they do it is like they wash the poster in this like highly filtered water or whatever. But it was crazy because you that's not your first instinct, right? When you are restoring or trying to fix anything that's made out of paper, is to douse it in water. But then they did this beautiful job. There's such an artistry to it because they cleaned it and then they pieced it back together, and then there's obviously parts that are like bent, scratched, missing images, and so the artist will go in and like using special tools like paints and pencils and stuff, they would like fill in the blanks of what was missing. It was incredible. I would love that kind of job. I mean, can you tell? Can you tell I got some of that in me? All right, let's see. Now the trick is, because this is overlapped, hopefully I'm not pulling off a piece of the other screen tone as I'm removing this one. Yeah, it's tough with all these tiny little horns and teeth cutting around them. Ow, I just stabbed myself. Cutting around them and then lifting up the piece so you don't remove the screen tone. It's a little tricky. Is Rocky the biggest chat lag you have to contend with making referential jokes? I think I am. I'm going to vote that I am. I'm side-eyeing my dying phone. Close enough for Web 1 Bancroft is a different story. Close enough for Web 1 Bancroft is a different story. Reminds me of wedding decals for models. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Childhood wet sticker memories, plane doping too. Well-toned Spidey. Well-toned. No. Deleter Jr. Where's Deleter Sr.? That's a good question. I don't know where Deleter Jr. came from. Oh my gosh. So many little crevices here. Okay, I'm gonna cut all the way here. I think I might do the same thing with the shadow of this gargoyle foot. Look at that. Looking cool. Can I get a jello emoji? Somebody drop a jello emoji for Lindsay Rose. Hi, if you're here, Cranberry. Well, Rocky, we the chat have to keep ourselves amused between your chat likes. Should I put in music? I can put in music. It's always hit or miss with the music. The YouTube music, at least. Sorry, John, I was busy. Rocky takes a while to get to them, so they would lose context, except that he helpfully reads the surrounding comments. That's right. An extra time. Wow, I'm really behind. You could do worse than subscribing to Michael Bancroft. Nice. Just be warned about his love of Speedos. I don't even know what the context is that. You can save the dulled X-Acto blades to cut other things like balsa wood. We could cut this little like contain. I just stabbed myself again. This little container where you get the new blade here and you insert the old blade in here. So then I have a whole bunch of old blades stuck in there. It's kind of cool. One cut. Wow, I'm really behind. One cut peel. I'm not that ambitious. Balsa wood is considered a hardwood. Surprise, surprise. Rob hates Screentones. Screentone. Art and Times. Here we go.
It's actually a really good sculpt.
Screentones are like women. It can be really tedious, but the outcome can be nice. That's actually quite tame for Art and Times of J. Ryan that I was expecting. Why do you keep up with the list of things Robocopter hates? The list of likes is much shorter. True. Okay, see, I can skip all these. You guys saying hello to each other? I can skip. Back to the art and ignoring the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Attention span of a gnat. Thank you. Web of Spider-Man number 83 was my first superhero comic when I was 13. I was able to snag issues 1 to 75 from a local collector for $150. Oh my gosh. So that's like $2 a book. Wow. That's a bargain. If you look at original manga art, you can see the excessive cutting. Excessive cutting is often a sign of depression. Have they considered... Most of those little rough edges disappear at manga size printing it. Yes, true. Web is a good series. Bancroft, K-pop junkie says. Come on now. I've been lurking here since it started. Take that. She just had to let us know, though, that Web... Where was that? I missed that. Web is a good series. Yes. It's worth it. Worth it to pop out of the shadows. Aren't you glad that I pressed you to do this one? You know what, Mark? I am. This, like I mentioned at the top, has been very much so surprised me at how much I've liked how this has come out. Okay, this is I'm going to cut the handout. See, if I caught up on chat, John, I wouldn't get any work done, which maybe is the trick. It's the dog ate my homework excuse. I had to catch up on chat. I didn't get any work done. Guys, I had to catch up on chat. No wonder why so many streamers say, I'm ignoring chat. It's because they actually have to get work done. A little bit of imperfections there, but that's okay. Look at that, we got this like cut out of Spider-Man's hand. Looking great. Shaming works. Yes. Free her now, free her now. Even Bancroft's ruminations of going outside on a beautiful spring day turns Rocky's thoughts to discord. She's my new bell. Where is Mr. Beats? Yeah, perfect timing.
10% bogan, 50% bogan, 100% bogan.
I did. We're talking about you, Beats. How are you doing? 2 Australians in the chat, just in time. G'day, crew. It's pronounced jacaranders. Jacaranders. Oh, okay. We used to have beautiful jacaranda in our old front yard. Nice. Yes, that totally helps. Jacaranders. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. You have more excuses to take the boat out right now, too. Fully expecting pics from the boat. Yes. Yes. More boat rides. Be frugal with your screen tones, for they are precious. Yes, 100%. Good day, all. Working at the moment, so I could be in and out of chat. No problem. Thank you for coming in. I'm not going to ask you what jacaranda is Aussie slang for. I just hope it's not. Jeez Louise. Art and Types J. Ryan says, happy when it rains. Jacaranda is a plant, tree. It rains in Jay's mind all the time. About 25-minute lag. Sorry, guys. I will share some other photos of... Okay, so is the proper... Can you tell me what the proper pronunciation is? Mianjin? Mianjin? Is that how you pronounce it? Because I was saying Minjin before, but I don't think that's right. I think it's Mianjin. Mianjin? Let us know. Give us some phonetics. 30 to 60. Yep, we're getting close. The rain in Frisco falls mainly on Rocky. What I appreciate about garbage is you can name the band and rate the band at the same time. Nothing better than walking down the street and seeing a couple of jacarandas standing there in full. Oy, oy, oy. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Mark's music obsession posted a picture. Where are we? Did you? Wow, am I that far behind? I'm going into YouTube chat and trying to find. Oh goodness, I can't find it. Where's the link? Oh, did you take it down? Oh, maybe you took it down. No worries. Rain in Spain falls mainly on the man who sits under it. Yes. You guys are a little different on my chat, I feel. I feel special, but I also feel dirty. I don't remember this happening in other people's. It seems more respectful in other people's chat. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. Who are we kidding? Where am I going? Oh, dang it. Is that worth it to try and stick back on? I guess I can. That was the case of too tiny, too curvy, and the Screentone tore as I was peeling it off. Now I'm gonna have this little piece floating around. That's the one thing with these tiny pieces like this. If they don't, the bigger the piece, the better it sticks on. So then sometimes you have these tiny little pieces and they'll stick for a little bit, but then after a while they might fly off. So we'll see. Okay, almost done with this gargoyle. And what was I going to do with the leg? I think I was going to go... Was I just going to go straight down? Yeah, I think I was just going to go straight down. That. Then we'll keep some for shadows. So okay, kind of works. Boom. Second gargoyle done. Pretty cool. I think that's all I'm going to be using this 128 pattern for. I think. Let me just double check. Oh no, yeah, that's different. That's different. This is going to be a different pattern. So I don't have enough. Oh, I do have some of this 128. No, I don't have enough that I can double up. I'm going to double up this, what we were talking about here, with another Screentone that I do have a lot more, the Spider-Man one. So let's move on to, let's see, where are we at? 107. I'm going to do this building back here. Right? 128, 128. 128, 107. Okay, let's get some 107s here. 107 is the same tone that I did my test on Spider-Man, and it will be the same tone I'm going to use on Spider-Man too. But I'm going to use it for this. Yeah, I'm going to use it for this back building. Because I like how in this original, even though it's more of a temperature, like this is a warmer brick color than this, that's kind of what separates the two of them. I feel like tonally we need to see a difference instead of just reusing this tone back here. At least that's my theory. Could do this. Could do this all in one tone. Let's do that. Oh, and I'm gonna also change my blade. So you can see, John, I think this is the tone I'm going to use to overlap this part here to get it darker. That's what it's going to feel like, but it, you know, it'll be a cleaner strip there, but that's what it would feel like. It's cool too because all these patterns are not the same, so the overlap creates a totally different pattern, which is awesome. The more patterns you overlap, the different kind of combos you can have. I mean, that even has a kind of a cool feel of it. On the restoration note, Julian Bumgarner is fun to watch in painting Consecration. Mark's Music Obsession just dropped gift a super chat. There's the sound cue. I saw the image for $1.99. Thank you so much, Mark's Music Obsession. Check my comment on Spider-Man Tone, Rocky. Which one? I'm behind. Hold on, let me play this for you, and I'll try and find it in the chat. Thank you so much, Mark's Music Obsession, for that $1.99. I still couldn't find it. I'll find it here. I'm going to take the time to find it. Mark's Music Obsession, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate that $1.99. Thank you so much. Why are you putting tone over the black areas? Isn't that? It is, but it would be harder to cut like this kind of edge. It would be such a pain to cut this kind of edge. So for these particular areas, it was just either easier to just keep it one piece. So yeah, that's why. Only problem with Baumgartner is he puts me to sleep. Well, some of us have that. Some of us have that effect. Bancroft usually puts a scope over the black areas. Rocky, you're now pro level Letraset artist. Not quite, but thank you so much. Bangers love Speedos, Budgie Smugglers funny. Bancroft, Rocky, and Julian have that gift. There we go. That might be the nicest thing Jay has ever said about a woman, right? Right? I agree. At least as far as I know him. That is the problem. They can't be... We're on a flash flood watch. It's not even raining yet. Oh. In SoCal, eh? Yeah, there's just a rain wave coming in right now for most of California. Rocky has succumbed to the woke mind virus, is blaming the chat now. It's been raining on and off for Lindsay Rose. Sometimes you just see something so absurd in chat that you got to jump on and giggle. That's right, paranoid weather people. When you don't see rain a lot, wet stuff coming from the sky freaks you out. You missed it yesterday, Mobegs. We checked out the Star Wars manga on KS. I don't like the Star Wars manga, to be honest. I've got a bad feeling about it. The ships actually looked great, but all the characters look like kids. Yep, totally agree. Pretty typical manga artists excel at mechanical things, but the human element forever evades their grasp. It's pronounced Mianjin. Mianjin. Western name is Brisbane, right? Locals call it Brisvegas. Brizzy. We have whales off our coast. Wow. We just had a giant white. That's awesome. Amazing. I gotta visit Australia. I was born in Brizzy, only lived there for a short while though. Grew up in Mackay and Cairns before moving down to sunny Melbourne. Star Wars manga was completely Mo Pigs, be glad you missed it. Yeah, I didn't like it that much myself. Mianjin is the host city for the Olympics in 2032. No kidding. Congratulations. We'll see a lot of it in 7 years' time. If we're alive. Chocolate pudding is about what I'll be about in the moment. Nice. Lindsay Rose bringing the recipes, the food. Jeffrey Beat says, thanks, Mark. I love your images on Discord. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Bangers, it's time to change the name. Bangers, do you go for Queensland in state of origin? Do you go for Queensland in state of origin? Spider-Man should be the same tone as the distant building Rocky instead of the gray tone. Spider-Man should be the same tone. This tone? He will be this tone. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be this tone. He'll be this tone. This, like, cleaner tone. For sure. I haven't been back probably in 15 years. Oh, that was your tone comment, Mark's Music Obsession. Yes, he will be this tone. Don't worry. You want to know what the pudding's made of, Mo? Cake mix and water. You're welcome. Cake mix and water is the chocolate pudding. Bangers, you need to come up for a Comic-Con. Bangers, you need to come up for a Comic-Con. Is Bangers something you're calling somebody? Are you calling us all bangers? I'm sure Jeffrey was asking Bancroft if he still cheers for his hometown team. All right, here we go. Adding in this tone now. I'm telling you, this stuff takes a long time. Also because of the chat. Oh shoot, I forgot I need to change my blade. But let me just finish this first. So this is tough when it's like tone next to tone. Like I don't want to double cut. I'm kind of double cutting already. There goes the rain again. Well, it's really coming down. Can you guys hear that? Wow. That's a lot. Not gonna lie, that makes me a little nervous. I have PTSD. With a lot of rain. Oh yeah, let me change my blade. So then you just stick it in this little thing here. And you dispense a little, another blade. Okay, I have to look outside the window. This rain noise is loud. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. Hopefully we don't flood. Okay. Now I'm going to press even lighter because this new blade. Don't need to. I think adding that strip there is going to be great because it'll help pop this out in front of this tone. So good call, John. I know Emo Trash said she's busy, but where is Comrade Sammy? Where did she go? Where's the chat ninja? Badooey. There we go. 2 tones back there. I love figuring out the negative space to create the clouds or the mist or whatever. It's so cool. There she is. How are you doing, Comrade Sammy? What took you so long? I don't think this piece will do it. Yeah, what's with it? Like me not... Should we just at the beginning of stream just go, where is so-and-so? And then it'll like bring you guys out of the woodworks. Okay, this one. Wait, oh yeah. Yikes. Then I gotta lift these guys up. I feel like I need an assistant. Tell me if you guys feel this way whenever you're whoever's artists out there. I feel like I need an assistant to like be, or maybe just an extra arm that can like hold my tool. Like, here we go. Because every time I put it down, it like rolls all over the place. Or I even have a pencil edge here, and it's not enough. It's just I need an extra arm. That's what I need. Cool. Okay, that's the second tone there, 107. 107. Now, should I just start on Spider-Man? Spider-Man would be great. Oh, I forgot this guy. I think, let me get this tone down first. All right. Wow. Oh, shoot. Did I? Okay. Phew. Still long enough to reach the edge there. Sorry, that was just in case the rain was putting any of you to sleep. Jump scare. That's right. It's like the combo of me talking and the rain. That's like instant nappy time right there. I need a longer. Having the original in front of me has been invaluable, Mark, so thank you for sending that. It's really great to reference it. Ouch. The trippy thing with these patterns is the alignment of pattern on top of pattern affects how it looks underneath. So depending on how those patterns line up, because they're not exact like mathematical same distance with it, it can kind of make different overlapped patterns, if that makes any sense, just based on how you place it down. There we go. That's cool. That adds a nice little darkness there to that edge. I gotta pop those windows out too. I'm just gonna do them by hand as opposed to with a ruler. Oh, that's going to be cool. It's going to take forever, but that's going to be cool. I found this woman on Instagram who spray paints aluminum foil to look like gold nuggets. Whoa. That's what you think. I've been lurking for quite some time now. Bancroft was attempting to expand art share beyond drawings and paintings. He missed the follow-up on the Spidey tone for the distant, faraway building. Yes, this guy here. I got to do that tone. Let me pop out these windows first, though. Perhaps get a dish or something to place your bone holder or whatever in. Yes, actually, why don't I just use? I'll just use my. This is my brush holder. I'll just put that up here. That'll help. I knew somebody was gonna. When it came out of my mouth, I was like, that's just too easy. That's like an easy lob. Ninja's gonna lurk. He fears your shelving capabilities. Shelving capabilities. Be back in the bit, John. Okay, see you, John. John, it is dinner time coming up for you. The little woman came in a few while ago, told her questions were being asked. The little woman came in for a while ago. Oh, I love peanut M&Ms. Way more than regular M&Ms. Actually, I'm going to put that in the chat. That's a worthy poll. Let's see if I can phrase it right, though. That is a worthy roll. Oops. Okay. Start a poll. Better snack, peanut M&Ms, regular M&Ms, or what are those Reese's M&Ms? Do they have those like peanut filled ones or whatever, peanut butter filled ones? I'm just gonna call them Reese's M&Ms. All right, there we go. That's YouTube poll worthy. Banana bread needs to stay pure. Keep the nuts out. Just miss for groomsmen fingers. Let's not start this again. Yes. Rocky, I was saying that Spider-Man should be the same tone as the far left tall building with the windows. This one. He will be. Yes, he will be. The tall distant one on the upper left. Yes, it's. I'm using 107 on Spider-Man, and I'll use 107 here as well. Yes. When it came out of my mouth, I was like, that's too easy. Everything can be turned into a joke, can't it? Thanks, Alan. Mini M&Ms or the peanut ones are my fave, Comrade Sammy says. Wow, Reese's M&Ms are killing it. Are you kidding me? Better than peanut M&Ms? Milky Way bars. Did you just make up Reese's M&M? Sounds like a loss. It's like, you know what I'm talking about. They're filled with, it must be peanut butter M&Ms. Maybe that's what they're called. Maybe not officially Reese's M&Ms. But those came out like more recently than peanut M&Ms did. Peanut M&Ms are pretty much as old as regular M&Ms. Those are one of my favorite snacks. That I love peanuts with chocolate, like Snickers. Oh, I love Snickers. I don't eat that much candy, but that one's maybe that's another poll. That one's better. That's my favorite candy bar is Snickers. So the right now the poll 9 votes in, tied between peanut M&Ms and Reese's M&Ms, with regular M&Ms bringing up the rear. I recently tried a Reese's Oreo. Lawsuits be damned. Reese's Oreo. So that's Oreo cookie with Reese's peanut butter cup inside? Wow. That's a new one. That sounds good though. Okay, first window done. That looks cool. With those windows popped out, really nice. Yeah, I gotta start using the 107. Okay, I'll do the 107 here, and then the smoke one. Oh, that's gonna be hard. There's a lot of curves in the smoke one. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this today or at this stream because Spider-Man, he's going to be hard. That's where I'm going to use a lot of scratching. Yeah, Spider-Man and the smoke. That's going to be hard. Sounds pretty simple. Oh yeah, just put screen tones here and there, and man, it's really complicated. And this is why computers were invented. Reese's Pieces rule of 3. Rule of the 3. Oh. Don't think I've actually tried the peanut butter M&Ms, so can't comment whether or not they're actually good. The poll, 10 votes, and peanut M&Ms and Reese's M&Ms are tied. Wow. I think I just like the crunch and the texture of the peanut M&M. Like I like the filling of the Reese's or whatever it is, peanut butter M&Ms, but it's missing that like hard crunch. Three more windows here. I'm going to end the poll. 40, 40, 10, 20. That's the end on that one. Snickers are good too. Oh, I love Snickers. I could use a Snickers. I'm getting to the age where chocolate bars are becoming too sweet. Me too. Me too. For sure. Or anything that I eat, it's like, oh, that's too sweet. I used to get like, I like boba, drinking boba. And I used to get like 100, sometimes 120% sweetness, depending on the store, boba. But now I'm like, 75. I have friends that get like 20%. I'm like, what's the point in that? It's like drinking water. But yeah, I can do like 75 is usually the key for me. But yeah, even eating candy, it's like too sweet. That's why I like the peanut M&Ms. They kind of offset, the peanuts offset the chocolate. And the peanut butter, maybe that's it too. The peanut butter is a little too sweet because it like doubles up on the sweetness. Look at those windows. Oh shoot, I gotta draw, but add some tone here. Straight line. Yes. Gives that building a little bit of extra something something. Okay, where should I go next? Should definitely do this guy here. I think because it's a chimney, I'm going to use the chimney of this building, I'm going to use this same tone. Look how much that's popping. Wow. Really cool. Let me finish this chimney. Oh, I can do this small building too, the one Mark's Music Obsession was talking about. Are both of these buildings that color? Yes. So this. Snickers, please. Yes. Peanut butter M&Ms are good, but I like Reese's Pieces more. What's the difference? What's the difference between Reese's Pieces and peanut butter M&Ms? Aren't they kind of the same? Because it's like a chocolate candy shell and the peanut butter filling. Isn't it the same? I had a really late lunch, or not late lunch, a light lunch, and man, now I'm getting hungry. I should probably put on some music too, because I feel like you're about to hear my stomach in a second here. That wouldn't be good. Ugh. Can you imagine doing this for a full comic? Oh my gosh. It'd be insane. It'd be cool though, but it'd be insane. There you go, Mark. Was that building? Wow. It's coming along. I love how this gargoyles feel. Very cool. Oddly enough, I'm a big fan of dark chocolate. I love dark chocolate. Always stayed to the old ways, Rocky. Never abandoned them for the computer. All right, will do as we stream here on a computer. Embrace tradition, reject modernity. That too. Reese's are kind of too salty for me. I can only have so many of them before I get sick of them. Isn't that the case with everything though? It's like, I find the size of a Snickers bar is like pretty good. But if you eat more, like if you eat 1.5 Snicker bars, too much. Even the small Snickers I find are like a good size for me. But then, or it's like Krispy Kreme donuts are kind of like that for me too. If I eat more than, I mean, I can probably eat 1.5 Krispy Kreme donuts. And then that's it. Anything more than that is like too much. So yeah, I feel like that. I agree with you with like Reese's Pieces. I could probably only just eat one, I think. And it's going to be really good, but then anything more than that, it's like diminishing returns. There's that little water tower back there, or whatever that is, whatever this is. Cool. I love how that's like peeking out now with the mist. It's gonna be very cool. All right, what's next? Where are we at? Not finishing tonight just because you had to say how do you say monkey in French? Yes. Who day and night must scramble for. I hate when things are so sweet you can feel the grit of sugar on your teeth. I'm getting so old now that like sometimes when I eat fried food, it like my teeth get too sensitive in that. I hate that feeling. Is it like caramel filled chocolate? Or is it mixed in with a chocolate? I'm not sure. Is there a specific brand, Jeffrey Beats? I'm older than both of you. I haven't given up on wanting sweets, even though I really eat that much sugar. Even though I really rarely eat that much sugar. Yeah, just every now and then. I'm not a huge sweet. I will always go salty over sweet. I will always pick a bag of chips. That's another poll. It's all food polls. Talking for snacks. Salty or sweet? I'm gonna say salty. Sweet. Or salty, sweet, or mixed. Like some people like those, like kettle popcorn, or I don't know. I am definitely a salty guy, though. We'll always pick a bag of chips over a cookie any day. It's better to do it this way. Looks like salty is running away with it. 43% so far. 7 votes. Mix is kind of tying up. Comment, Sammy, are you voting to like tie it up? This is important research we have right now. Okay, there we go. That chimney. All right, where am I going? How much time I have? 4:20. A little bit more time. Bancroft is becoming more Euro as he ages. You bloody Yanks putting sugar in your sweets. Give me a bowl of rich, unflavored porridge. We have everyone but Ruse in America. We have everything but Ruse. Oh wait, was it Jeff? Oh yeah, he's talking about caramel chocolate. Caramel with chocolate in it. Yes, wondering. Caramelized white chocolate bar. That sounds super sweet. White chocolate is too sweet for me. Salty and mix are tied. Sweet is losing. Lint chocolate. Oh, yeah. Is it safe to say that #1 is the best issue of Web of Spidey? Alan Lau, bringing this back. Good question. I don't know if I've read that much of Web of Spider-Man, to be honest. Good question. Let us know, Bancroft or Mark. What do you think? Is Web of Spider-Man #1? I have read it, obviously. Is that the best issue? It's the best. It's one of the best covers, for sure. We used to have a chocolate factory nearby, but it got all shipped overseas. Dark chocolate is the best. Yes. Too sweet with age is likely due to insulin insensitivity. Carbs, starches, and sugars all spike your blood sugar. Banger City has great chocolates. Good thing about dark chocolate, we have C's candy here in the Bay Area. The good thing about dark chocolate is nobody's tempted to eat too much of it. It's supposed to be healthy for you. Reese's Pieces have less chocolate than peanut butter M&Ms. Oh. It's probably a better combo than peanut butter M&Ms. I think peanut butter M&Ms were just trying to eke into the market of Reese's Pieces. Banger City's Chalkies. Nice. All right, I'm going to have to check that out. Better for your heart. Guess that is why I don't have one. John says I'll be chasing my dinner with a CFA brownie gotten earlier. CFA. What does that stand for? Conversation is now shifted to sugary sweets. I take credit for that. I eat chocolate a lot, but I make my own to control the sugar content. Wow, Mark's music session. That's awesome. Yes. CS has taken over Emo's derailing duties. She has. Tim Tams. You make your own chocolate. That sounds fire. That sounds really great. What do you all think about Jim Lee's no AI policy at NYC? I think that's positive. Good luck in trying to police it. Good luck in trying to police it. I mean, there's certain things, yeah. Have you guys seen the new things from Sora, which is the AI generated videos? And a lot of people are using it to like do videos of like celebrities, dead celebrities now. It's crazy. And it's actually really funny. So I don't know. It's getting to that point where you can barely tell what's, you know, it's no longer like, oh, the fingers are weird for that AI thing. It's not like that anymore. Let's see. I have this sheet. I have this. Oh, good. I have 2 more sheets of it. 7, so I should be fine. I knew I'd be using this one a lot, so. Hmm. 107, 133. I really want to hit up Spider-Man, but I think he's going to be the last thing that I do. I think Jim Lee is AI. Jim is AI. Krispy Kreme. Don't like Krispy Kreme, Mr. Monkey Boy? What are you? Are you like a Dunkin' Donuts? Salty Sweet Mix 1, 40%. 10 votes. Wow. Surprising. Internet dropped for like 2 minutes? Oh boy. Bancroft has the same limit even without Mel's interference, Rocky. Anything more than 1.5 boxes of Krispy Kremes are too much. Just 1.5 Krispy Kremes is too much. Not 1.5 boxes. I would die if I ate 1.5 boxes. Did anyone get any Prime Days deal recently? Wow, this conversation's taking a turn. I got a deal. Actually, I got a deal on Bristol during Prime Day. That was kind of cool and surprising. You don't normally think you're going to get a deal on Bristol. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do... What? What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm going to cut here. And here. Okay, let's see how this plays out. I'm into popcorn now. You can get it all in the same flavors as chips, but low in calories. Yeah, there's a a store here in the States called Trader Joe's, and they have all sorts of fresh or their own popcorns with a million different flavors. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh yeah. I got confused there for a second. But they have like olive oil popcorn. They have like movie theater popcorn. They have sweet and salty popcorn, pickle flavored popcorn. One was like buffalo wings popcorn. So many different flavors, you name it, they had it. Ugh, a lot of curves. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh. I almost screwed that up. Boy, your brain really gets like stuck on the like, wait, am I cutting out the negative, the positive? That's why I thought I freaked out and then I reversed that for a second. Sorry, got quiet for a second because I'm trying to concentrate here. I like salty, but my taste buds will definitely take sweet over salt any day. Cinnabon kettle corn, I've tried that. It's not bad. You may change my vote from sweet to mixed to break a tie if need be. I do love an unflavored bowl of porridge. Ugh. Serious? As in the best cover or best issue? It is because of the introduction of the suit, Mark's Music Question says, for issue 1. Epic cover, of course, yes. It's been too long since I read the series. All I know is my favorite arc was the Hobgoblin one. I think it went over multiple titles, though. Oh, Chick-fil-A. Oh, Chick-fil-A would be so good right now. I had Chick-fil-A recently. Yeah, that would be so good right now. Vegemite. Yes, Vegemite. It's nasty. It's nasty. No, it's not sweet at all. It's very salty. Will they make every artist and writer sign a no AI contract to do work? I didn't watch the announcement. I'm not sure. Maybe Jeffrey Beats knows. I'm not sure how they said they're going to enforce it. They were just making a stand that like they won't allow it. whatever that means. So yeah, I don't know. We shall see. I can feel myself getting a little bit impatient too. Oop. That's okay. That will just be part of the look. So I'm not starting to rush things. I can feel it. So that means stopping point is coming soon, because I don't want to rush it. Especially I don't want to rush the Spider-Man stuff. So it looks like this will be spread out over another stream sometime soon to wrap this up. But already I'm super stoked about the results we're getting here. There we go. This tone for the gargoyles, which is the same as this, and then this lighter tone here, that's like back here. It's cool. It's kind of a nice mix there and gives it a little separation with each other, a little different texture. I'm going to do this tone here, right here. And then maybe I'll call it for today. So then what we'll have left is Spider-Man, obviously, and then this lighter smoke tone. I haven't even started with that Screentone, which is this lighter print, kind of spaced out print. That'll be interesting to see. That'll give us the like modeling on the smoke here and up here in the clouds as well. But what do you guys think? Screentone's pretty cool, huh? Who would have thought that Screentone's could do something like this? I sure as heck didn't. So let's see, I'm going here, right? Yeah. Oops. I think I just stabbed my mic. I'm gonna go here and here. Okay, let me get these guys out of the way. All right. I use AI for reference now, and if I need to fill in some bleed that I've missed, that's my line. Tim Tams are unreal. I spoke to Will Sportaccio at Comic-Con at the Goldie. He loved Tim Tams. His wife, him, tried 20 different versions. There's more than There's more than the standard version of... I guess that would make sense. I didn't realize there was different versions of a Tim Tam. Oh, wait. So then... Wait, this gray is coming out. Yeah. Oh, no, this is white, so this comes out too. Oh, I forgot to put music. Sorry. People gag at the taste of Vegemite, but they don't use it correctly. You're supposed to put a very thin spread. I tried it that way and it was tolerable. I can't imagine just eating a spoonful. But that's tolerable. Like when you eat something good, you don't want to describe it as like tolerable. That's not the goal. I don't know. I've mentioned before, my wife's from Singapore, and they had, you know, they used to be a British colony, and so they have a lot of British influence. Probably some of the similar things in the grocery store that you guys have in Australia. And yeah, she would talk about Vegemite, and I'm like, that's... They would actually, speaking of like bland porridge, they would mix a spoonful of Vegemite into porridge. I heard that just to give it flavor. Where am I realize watching me do this is kind of like paint drying a little bit, so apologies that it's a bit quiet and sedate. Not that the other streams are like a party, but yeah, this in particular is a lot of cutting. Yeah, we'll do something like that. Wasn't quite sure how to. That's cool. And then one of the things I'm going to do probably in the next stream is I'm going to try and scratch some of these edges to soften them up. See how that goes. Or maybe use white brush. There's it going. There's it going. There it is. What do you guys think? It's just like solidifying right there. I cannot wait to get into that Spider-Man. Wow, that took a while. But it's cool. Yeah, I couldn't find a way to end this really well, but I think that maybe I'll go in with some ink and kind of cover the edge too at the end, just to blend that in a little bit better if I can. But that's kind of how Screentones work as far as cutting into I've even seen people just big sheets, and then it prints out really nicely, but it looks really, really like crude in the actual artwork. All right, let me catch up here. I'm kind of behind. If you don't love Tim Tams, I don't trust you. Don't have Tim Tams available. I've seen Tim Tams actually at Costco, which is like a wholesale place here. Jim Lee is AI to other artists' wives. Ding. Duncan D's nuts. Scratch that. Says I can get them at Publix. We'll get some, Bancroft. Nice. Trader Joe's and Aldi's are run separately by German brothers. I've heard that. Yes. And kind of regionally, there's Trader Joe's in certain locations and Aldi's in another. I don't know if they're in the same location together though, are they? Pickle flavored popcorn. Mm-hmm. If you like that soury salty, that's another combo. What's up, Cranberry Langers?
This is a cranberry, full of power.
Coming in at the end, heading out to pick up your package. Oh, nice. That didn't sound good. Mo Biggs is going to do something with that. Or Art and Times of J. Ryan. Yes. There it is. Yes. He did it. Well done, Mo Biggs. Coming in. Coming in for the win. I was wrong. It was not Trader Joe's. They're American-owned. Aldi and another grocery store are German-based by two brothers. Oh, I thought it was Trader Joe's. What's the other one? Is it, is it Publix? No, maybe it's not. I thought it was Aldi's. Menards? They don't have them around here, but I used to laugh whenever Leroy would talk about the place. Just came out of... Jim said at the conference, no AI. AI doesn't dream. Right? How would he know is right? Have you guys seen that movie, Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson? They tap into this idea of what does it mean to be alive? Does it mean to be alive? I mean, human, but more broadly, what does it mean to be alive? And it's really interesting. It's a good film. It's directed by Spike Jonze, I believe. So it's really quirky and it's cool. It's really, really engaging. And Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson are great, but it makes you think. It's like, okay. Do AIs dream of electric sheep? That's right. That's right. Watch out, DC. AI's played out, so tired, electric sheep are dreaming about it. DC Comics are doing great stuff at the moment. Yeah, they are. They're kind of kicking Marvel's butt, to be honest. At least that's what I see in the comic book stores. Okay, the Aldi brand was separated out to 2 brands in Germany, Aldi Nord and Aldi Süd. Not sure which one is represented here in the US. Excellent work, Rocky. Thank you. Aldi belongs to the Nords. Looks fire, Rocky. Thank you, Comrade Sammy. Love it, Rocky. Looks great. Thanks, Mark's Music Obsession. I'm glad you're happy with it. This is not close to done yet, guys. We still have quite a bit of like finagling to do, but man, oh man, is it looking great. I mean, if we stopped here, it would be like, it looks amazing. But it's going to get even better, I'm pretty sure, once we get into Spider-Man and blending in some of these tones, layering some of the tones on him, and then these more subtle smoke tones here. I think it's going to be awesome. I mean, I kind of like the all-white smoke. I might put in this, so I'm using that farther spaced out screen tone for some of these tones here, but we'll see. I might put it in and might not like it, because I kind of like this like all white smoke. It's really cool. Does look great. Thank you so much. Rocky completed the day without getting blood in the art. It really is starting to come together. Michael Bancroft says, very interested to see how you handle the scratchy stuff. Me too. Yeah. Blood in the art is essential for DNA verification. That's right. Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Clover Press. They do some good stuff. Clover Press produced a great Arthur Adams book not too long ago. So they do some great stuff. Classic newsprint stuff. It's great. Thank you for that link, Mr. Monkey Boy 1969. Legacy of the Brothers continues throughout the global expansion of Aldi. There you go. You were right. Yeah, I knew it. But there is an Aldi's. I think it's locational though, or regional, where there's an Aldi's, there's not a Trader Joe's, vice versa. Sounds bad. Whoever controls the spice. That's right. Gonna share some pictures, maybe on Discord, Cranberry Langers, eh? Yes. One of the things I gave Cranberry Langers was a little sketchbook I put together, just a tiny little zine, if you will, of sketches of film studies. So it was really fun. I did it a while ago, but I had an extra copy and I threw it in there. He could share them. Tolerable is not the goal of food. Why do the Brits not know this? It's like sucking on bouillon. That's what I feel like Vegemite is. It's like bouillon paste. What is this? I'm scared. Scared to click on that. I'm going to click on that later. All in for the Absolute series? Yes, it is. I threw in a few little comic books there for Cranberry Langers. You're welcome. There you go. Looking good. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very cool. Needs more hair in the armpits, maybe. No idea. Do not follow Melanie Mack. Okay, we won't. I've seen that movie. Her. Oh, Her. I've seen it, but left no real impressions as I can't remember it. I mean, it wasn't groundbreaking, but it was interesting. It was an interesting concept. Are actors really alive? Isn't the horror version of that called Megan? Yeah. Actors are scared they find something more in NPC than themselves. Thanks, Jeffrey Beats. Looks great. Aldi Nards. Charles VESS is the GOAT. He's amazing. All white. It's It's funny you say that. It's a running family joke we have. I'll just leave it at that. Never fear Mo Links, Rocky. I hate Vegemite too. Yuck. Okay. Well, that's nice to hear from somebody who has it very accessible. All right. Well, then I'll click on the link. Let me see this link. It's going to break. Okay. We're going to end it by watching this link. Okay. You? Safari. Okay. Are we gonna get in trouble for this? Oh my gosh. I just look at the title and I'm like, what? Okay. Oh, watch privately. Okay. Okay, we'll watch it privately. Okay. Okay, I won't. Good thing you said not watch on stream. No. All right, got it. Thank you for the warning, everybody. I will watch it privately. Just looking at the title, I was like, suspicious. All right, cool. Got it. I got it. I got the warning. Thank goodness for slow delay. See, that's where the delay in stream does a body good. All right, here we are, you guys. First pass of Screentones, looking fabulous. I'm very excited, if I do say so myself, of how this is turning out. It couldn't have gone better. We're trying to chase greatness here, but we're doing something cool, and I like how it's kind of staying, trying as best as we can to honor the original cover, but also doing something a little different and still very traditional comics. So I love how this is turning out. This is going to be one of my favorites of the Master Studies. It's got a lot of history built into it. A lot of just a lot of inside turmoil, discussion. It just kind of embodies what this YouTube channel has turned into. So really cool. Thanks always to Mark's Music Obsession, first guy in chat, and the guy who was instigator of doing this master study. Very appreciative of you and also being here in the chat. And for the $1.99 super chat. Much appreciated. Mark's Music Obsession says, scan and upload the progress on fourth wall, Rocky. The this image? I can. Yeah, I can. I can post that for you. See that? Because he's a subscriber on fourth wall. Guy can make requests. Tone, Spidey. Go get something to eat, Rocky. Perhaps a succulent Chinese meal. No, we are eating spaghetti tonight. From the great land of Spaghetti Land. Yeah, no, I'm making some spaghetti tonight, so it's going to be good. No, I think you're right. Good call. Don't risk the one stream. Okay, so let me see if I can get this scanned in for you, Mark, because I do have to go out to go get it scanned. I can't scan it at home. I don't have a big enough scanner, but I'll try and do that. And then you guys stay tuned. We got one more stream to go. I think we can finish this in one more stream because we're pretty close. I might just add my own little extra tone here, similar to how I did the up here, right here at this window. They need it to like push it back some. But then, yeah, we'll finish up the clouds, the smoke stuff. We will hit up Spider-Man himself on the next stream, and then we'll be close to done. So keep an eye out for one more stream on this one, the final Screentone for Master Study of Charles VESS. Thank you guys for joining me on this Monday. Hope you guys... Why am I still in preview mode? Back to live mode. Publish. There we go. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is Rocky Buzzstairs. This is a master study on Charles VESS, working on Screentone. We will finish it up the next one. Hit the like as you go. If you haven't already, subscribe, become a member, join Fourth Wall. You'll see the progress if I can get to the scanner in time. All the things. Thank you guys all for being here. I really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Have a good one. Where's my button? Oh. Wait, let me double check one more time. I just can't remember if I got this one. I did it on that. Yeah, good thing I checked. Woo! I almost didn't get the right first in chat. It was for the other outro. I would have given credit to somebody else. Okay. Back to live mode. Here we go. All right, see you guys later. Thanks again.